Hello everyone. In this video, we shall discuss exercise 1.2.9. So the question reads, write down the following state sentences using appropriate set of context and quantifiers. Write the negation in plain English and formulate their negations using quantifier symbols and compare the two negations that you have written for each sentence. Okay, so first we have to identify the set of context and write this using quantifiers. So here the set of context, the sentences, there is a dirty table in the room. So here the set of context X will be set of tables in the room. Now which quantifier is involved here? There is a table. So the sentence is talking about existence of at least one table. So if I call this statement as S, then using quantifiers, I can write this sentence as there exists a dirty table. So there exists a point in this set, there exists X in X such that X is dirty. That means there is a dirty table in the room. Okay. Now this is using same statement using quantifiers. Now we have to negate this and negate the given statement also. So first I will negate using quantifiers. So the negation using quantifiers will be what? That will be not is. Okay. And we have to negate the original statement also. So if you negate the original statement, there is a dirty table in the room. So when will I say that this given statement is false? If you pick up any table in the room, it is not dirty. So its negation will be of the given statement will be in plain English. Given any table in the room, it is not dirty. Then only the given original statement S will be false. Okay, you pick up any table in the room, it is not dirty. And now using quantifiers, this negation, how will you write it? Given any table in the room, that means universal quantifier. You pick up any table in the room. For all X in X, X is not dirty. So that will be the negation using quantifiers. Now if you compare using quantifiers, the original statement is and the negation not is, then you will observe that there exist has changed to for all. Observe this. Okay, so whenever in a given statement you have there exist, its negation will be for all. Alright? And whatever the property is that X is dirty, that will be negated and that will become X is not dirty. Okay, I hope it is clear. Now moving on to the next statement, statement number B. In the book, some pages do not contain any picture. So here what is the set of context? Set of pages in the book. That is the set of context. Now using quantifiers, how will you write this statement? If I call this statement as S again, in using quantifiers, in this book, some pages do not contain any picture. So there is at least one page which do not contain any picture. So existential quantifier is involved initially, right? So how will you write this now? Using quantifiers, there exists a point in X, P in X. That means what is P now? P is a page because X is set of all pages. So there exists P in X such that P does not contain any picture. Okay, such that P does not contain any picture. This will be the statement, given sentence in terms of quantifiers. So I've used the existential quantifier. Now I have to negate it. How do you negate it? So the original statement we will negate first, the given one. So what it says, in this book, some pages do not contain any picture. That means there is at least one page which does not have any picture. So when that will be false? When every page has a picture. So its negation will be, given any page in this book, it contains a picture. It contains a picture. Then only the original one will be false. Right? And now using quantifiers, how will I put this negation? Universal. Okay, given any page in the book. So for all P in X, for all P in X, for all P in X, P has a, P contains a picture. This will be the negation using quantifiers. Now, if you observe the quantifier statement of the original statement as in its negation, again, there exists has changed to for all. In the property statement, P does not contain any picture has been negated to P contains a picture. Okay. So that is what is asked in the question. Now, moving on to the third one. 4x is rational number x. So how will you write this? If I call this as statement number T, set of context here is rational numbers. So how will you write context here? There exists a rational number x such that 4x is equal to 2. Right? Now, if I want to negate it, let's see. What will be the negation for this one? Given any rational number, x, that statement property 4x is equal to 2 should not be true. That means 4x is not equal to 2. Right? And when I try to write the negation using quantifiers, it will be for all x in Q, this property is failing. That means 4x is not equal to 2. So that's the required negation of C. Then question number D. There exists a student in the classroom who is at least 6 feet tall. So here existential quantifier is again given. Set of context is set of all students in the classroom. So this is the set of context X. Right? So if I call this as statement number V, then using quantifiers it will be for all x in X, this property is true for X. Sorry, not for all, there exists. Because it is saying there is, so there is at least one. So there exists x in X such that X is at least 6 feet tall. Correct? So now using, how do you get its negation? Given any student in the class, this should not happen. That student is at least 6 feet tall. What will be the negation of that? At least 6 feet tall meaning minimum, it's the student is 6 feet tall minimum. So Everyone's height is 6 or more. So what will be the negation? Given any student in the class, he is at most 6 feet tall. Okay. So this will be given any student in the class. Classroom. He is at most 6 feet tall. And using quantifiers, then how you can reproduce this? For all x in x, x is at most 6 feet tall. Right? So that will be the negation of the original statement. Moving on to the next one, E. I can find a millionaire in this room. So the set of context here, these statements are already covered up in the previous video. Okay, so I'll quickly rush through it. Set of context will be set of all people in the room. So if I call this statement as Z, when using quantifiers, there exists a point x in x such that x is a millionaire. And the negation of the given statement in plain English will be what? Given any person in this room, he is not a millionaire. Given any person in this room, he or she, you can say, he is not a millionaire. Right? And using quantifiers, what will be the negation of this? For all x in Z, that means if you pick any person in the room, x is not a millionaire. That will be the negation in quantifiers. So every time you see if the given statement has existential, its negation will have the universal quantifier. That is the observation that you can make. Next one, there exists a real number x such that x square is equal to 1. Okay, this is x square is equal to 1. So your set of context here is R. So again, you can see existential quantifier. So if you call this as A, then using quantifiers, there exists a real number x such that x square is equal to 1. Now what will be the negation in plain English? Given any real number x, x square is not equal to 1. Given any real number x, x square is not equal to 1. Right? And using quantifiers again, same thing. This one you will change the quantifier and you will negate the inside property. So for all x in R, x square is not equal to 1. That will be the negation. And the last one, statement number G. There is a genius in this room. So set of all people in the room is a set of context. So if I call this as B, then using quantifiers, there exists a point A in the set X such that A is a genius. Okay, I'll call it B otherwise, such that B is a genius. Now using plain English, what will be the negation of this? Given any person in this room, he or she now, he is not a genius. So every person in this room is not a genius, it is saying. So using quantifiers, how will you put this down? For all B in X, B is not a genius. Okay, so that completes this exercise. If you have any questions, you can put them in the comments. Thank you.